What's up, guys? Hope you had a fantastic week so far. Once again, we're doing a Warhammer video because I'm enjoying it. You guys are enjoying it, so let's just keep them coming. In my last couple of videos, someone said check out this guy called Erebus. I know nothing about him. I saw a picture of him. I kind of spoiled myself a little bit. He looks freaky. Not like anything in this 40k universe looks normal. Maybe like grass, maybe. I don't know. It's honestly probably grass would kill you. Honestly, like who knows at this point? Like everything 40k is just like on steroids and just wants to kill you or torture you or just do weird stuff like Slanesh. So yeah, that's about as much as I've known so far, into the 40k. But I'm excited by it. To try this guy out. It's by Major Kill. I've seen a few of his things, not full videos. I don't want to spoil myself, but just to watch like a little bit of it, just to kind of get an idea of who he is and kind of how it's like, he talks and whatnot. He's definitely Australian, and that's awesome. So I'm expecting some like good jokes and some nice puns. There better be. If not, I'm really disappointed. All right. The original video will be in the description. Make sure you guys show him some love. These guys put a lot of effort and time into this video, and they deserve every bit of success that they get from making these videos and their careers and everything. So make sure you guys show them some love, 100%. Make sure you guys also like and subscribe too. I really appreciate it. We're so close to 250, and I want to reach you as soon as possible. So please do. I really appreciate it. And Twitch and Discord will be in the description. You guys want to check those out. Let's get to it.
Hey guys and gal, the irony of this video is despite the deplorable topic as well as the self-harm I've endured in the creation of it, it should be quite entertaining for you guys because A, Erebus has many a meme, and B, I make great videos. And don't worry about my soul, I already did my pre-Erebus cleansing ritual before starting this video.
Don't tell me it's bleached.
Now that my spirit is
He's gonna do bleach. That's amazing. That's funny.
cleansed and my esophagus is compromised, my chakras truly feel balanced, and I can tackle the topic of today's video with a level and open mind. Today we'll go over who Erebus is, where he came from, and how much of the galaxy's current horrific situation is his fault. Spoilers,
like
more or less all of it, including the Tyranids. As a tree, we'll also cover some of my favourite times that Erebus gets absolutely shut on and put in his place. Let's get into it. Erebus wasn't always this big old chaos worshipping Astartes who had a taste for the younglings. Once he was a small young chaos.
Excuse me? The younglings? Is that like a Star Wars reference? Did you do a Star Wars reference? Definitely a Star Wars reference.
Worshipping priest who had the same tastes. That's right, Erebus sucked from day one. There was no interesting fall or conflict within him. Chaos was like, wouldn't it be gags if a bold pedo brought the galaxy to its knees, and chose the very willing Erebus to do this? Before Chaos reached out to Erebus though, or before his name was even Erebus, he was a poor boy on Colchis who had extreme psychotic tendencies. You know how when your kid starts...
It's a great start when you take a guy who is very psychotic and then you make him powerful and more psychotic. It's definitely a good mix right there. I guess it kind of makes sense why he looks like that. I mean, just look at those eyes. Yeah. So I guess I see why he's in the chaos kind of realm. He's already kind of messed up. So again, it's the 40k verse. So didn't really know what I was expecting, but yeah.
Torturing and then killing animals, and then it's only a matter of time before they end up shooting up a school. Well, that was Erebus as he began ripping the tails off scorpions. He took pleasure in the anguish of others and always sought new ways to manipulate and hurt people. His parents were like, "Why can't you be normal?" And he just autistically screeched at them and ran away. His parents would always compare him to the brightest kid in the town who was called Erebus. Taking the comparison probably a bit too literally, evil Erebus murdered smart Erebus and assumed his identity and went travelling the world. As he travelled, he felt the call of religion, as many soon-to-be pedos often do, and began his study in the mysterious gods. One day he saw a mirror that was broken into 4 parts, then BAM! Total chaos corruption. Fair enough. From there, Erebus slowly climbed the rank of his society, learning more about the ruinous powers which were the gods of Colchis, a bit in a more subtle form. However, when Lorgar appeared and created his new religion of the One being that the Emperor was the true god and that the ruinous powers were just a bunch of metaphorical cocksuckers, or literal in Slanesh's case, Erebus went into...
It's always Slanesh. It's involved in everything. I hate Slanesh. Hate. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Just so you guys know, I hate Slanesh. Let's continue.
To hiding to evaluate the next course of action, and soon re-emerges an acolyte of Lorgar's new religion. Of course he didn't believe in the one, but he did what he needed to do to manipulate everyone.
Makes sense.
When the Emperor arrived on Colchis and blessed everyone with his holy seed, Erebus was the only person in the entire planet who was not immediately struck with awe and wonder. Instead, he was erect with the knowledge that this was the man that he was destined to destroy. Lorgar chose Erebus as one of his first Colchisians to become an Astartes, and then from there, Erebus' ferocity, zeal, and overall ass-kissing meant that he kept climbing the Wordbearer Legion, eventually becoming their first chaplain. Now, there is a bit of an apparent plot hole here, but I'll explain it. The Wordbearers were by far the slowest legion in the Great Crusade. This is because that whenever they took a planet, they would take time dismantling its culture and religion before then turning everyone to the worship of the Emperor, hence creating extremely loyal and productive planets, the catch being that they're a bunch of religious nutbags. However, when the Horus Heresy broke out, these planets were the ones that fell to chaos instantly and became chaos strongholds. It doesn't seem to make sense that the pendulum could swing that hard until you remember that Erebus exists. Erebus subtly twisted Lorgar's teaching on each of these planets, so that whilst they appeared to only praise the Emperor, it wouldn't take too much of a push to flip them over.
Wow.
Eventually, the Emperor caught—
That's genius, though. You know, I'm not someone who praises people for ass kissing. I feel like, you could do it from time to time if you're trying to like maybe get like a raise or something, but don't like ass kiss. I don't like those kind of people. It's just, it's so obvious, but I mean, he played his cards well, man. I mean, clearly he's crazy, but he's not stupid, per se. Like he's really, intelligent when it comes to like playing out his moves and being tactical, I would like to see him get absolutely shit on, but still, you gotta give him some props, to be playing, this game against some of those powerful people in the 40K version, especially the Emperor. Like, you gotta give him some credit. I mean, that's some kudos right there, honestly.
Onto Lorgar's slow-ass crusade and came for a visit. Now, the Biggie probably would have happily overlooked the coincidentally high level of traumatized choir boys on Lorgar's planets if he had been conquering said planets at a steady rate. God knows the Emperor overlooked a lot of the other Primarch shit, but because of the terrible performance, the Biggie punished Lorgar and the Wordbearers quite severely. He wanted to show them that he wasn't a god, and that if he was, their lives would suck. Hence, he mind-raped Lorgar and his sons, forcing them to kneel to Gulliman and the Ultramarines, which was the ultimate humiliation. Now, the idea of the lesson was good, but the execution was poor. All Lorgar really got out of it was that his dad was a massive asshole who was no longer worthy of his worship. This is what Erebus had been waiting for. He had been working behind the scenes to subtly corrupt a number of key characters, but had always held back on Lorgar, knowing that if he told Lorgar about chaos while Lorgar was loving his daddy, Erebus would have become squished. Hence, at Lorgar's lowest moment, Erebus told him about the true gods of the universe, the ruinous powers, and how they were worthy of his worship. Erebus then directed Lorgar to begin his pilgrimage to learn more about the dark gods. When Lorgar emerged from his trip to Hell, he was changed. He worked with his sons to quickly corrupt the Wordbearers to chaos, before upping their efforts on the other legions via their warrior lodge system, a seemingly innocent way for different legions to form brotherhoods, but was actually just a way.
This man just used innocent in like the same context as the guy leaving Hell. Basically, like in the same couple lines. There's nothing in the 40K universe that's innocent. Let's just be honest here. There's nothing innocent or subtle about anything. It's like balls to the walls, like, you think it's crazy, but then it gets way crazier. But that crazy is still not even the highest level of crazy. It's even more crazy. 40K.
Way for chaos to spread. Lorgar and his Wordbearers weren't exactly the strongest legion though. They needed more allies if they had a chance of beating the Emperor. Hence, Erebus once again comes to save the day. When Horus bumped into an intergalactic civilization that I can only describe as Warhammer Star Trek, he began peaceful negotiations. This civilization was called the Interrex and was dedicated to the destruction of chaos. Overall, pretty swell guys. Well, Erebus broke into the Interrex's vault and stole an extremely powerful Chaos Blade. Then he made sure the Interrex thought Horus was responsible, hence the Interrex attacked Horus, thinking he was a follower of Chaos, cause who else would try and steal that blade? A war broke out and the Interrex is destroyed. Chaos having a field day here.
Wow.
Erebus gave the blade to an imperial planetary governor who felt a Nurgle, prompting Horus to go kick said governor's ass.
Papa
Well,
Nurgle.
apparently a fat bloated walking corpse whose intestines are hanging out is a solid match for a Primarch, as the corrupted governor was able to land a blow on Horus with the Chaos Blade before he was turned into mush. But Major Kill, that was because of the Chaos Blade, not the governor. Shut your decrepit mouth, Timmy, before I shave your head and make you cosplay as Erebus. Sure, having a Chaos Blade helps, but it still paints a wacky picture in your head, imagining a pretty basic Nurgle bitch landing a shot on Horus.
Yeah.
The poison from the blade began to kill Horus pretty rapidly. He entered a coma and all of his sons freaked out while Erebus held a massive shit-eating grin. He directed the Lunar Wolves to take Horus to a Chaos Temple to heal him, and in their desperation, they obliged. In
Wow.
there, Erebus and the Chaos Gods entered into Horus's mind and basically tricked and manipulated him into selling his soul. They showed him the future with the Emperor as a god, which ironically would only take place if Horus joined Chaos. They also promised to heal his wounds, even though I'm pretty sure that if Horus denounced Chaos and was 100% loyal to the Emperor, the wound wouldn't be able to kill him. After all, Guilliman had his throat slit by the same blade, and he just kinda shrugged it off and said Chaos was for gaybos. Despite Magnus coming into the coma as well and telling Horus not to be a sellout shill, Horus did it anyways, hence Horus awoke. Now when Horus woke up, he didn't just instantly become a raging demon asshole. He was different, sure, but he still had good intentions and he was still Horus. It was only after years of his soul being corrupted, as well as Erebus constantly being in his ear, that he ended up as the chaotic meat suit that he died as.
Oh my.
From here, Erebus went on to be the main coordinator of the Istvan atrocity, where the traitor legions purged themselves of any marines whose loyalty lay with the Emperor, before going to Ultramar to activate the Ruin Storm, a huge warp storm designed to cut the Imperium off from itself.
Oh my gosh.
Now during this, there was another word bearer called Argul Tal, who was a bit of a hombre. He was evil, sure, like he had a demon in him, but he wasn't sadistic and he was a huge advocate for free will and claiming your own.
Whoa. I just got to just settle in for a minute. So a person who has a demon literally inside of him is an advocate for free will. A demon is in him. We've seen average people, become people of power in 40K, and they are against free will, and they just want to just rule, world, dominate power. This guy's a demon, and he advocates for free will. Maybe he doesn't push for it, insanely, because I don't really know much. I just heard it, but well, you just never know with 40K. 40K is the biggest don't judge a book by its cover, I feel. You look at Papa Nurgle, for instance, it looks scary as shit, But at the same time, he adores and loves every single one of his followers, like a father figure, Sure, maybe he's not the greatest thing to get turned into one of them, but at least someone loves you, right? Just don't judge a book by its cover, man. Damn.
Destiny. Now Erebus didn't
dope
like that
too.
because he was all about that destiny life. What he didn't like more so than that was the fact that Argul's friendship with Khan, a legendary World Eater warrior, was preventing Khan from becoming Khorne's avatar. Hence Argul Tal, the only likable word bearer ever, was stabbed in the back and killed by Erebus.
Wow.
Say it with me, team. Fuck Erebus. Fortunately, Khan had something to say about this. Erebus was challenged to a duel by Khan, and boy oh boy did he get absolutely fiddled like those choir boys he had tormented himself. Khan curb stomped Erebus to a point where Erebus had to beg the Chaos Gods for his life and to save him. Unfortunately, they did, and they teleported him out of there, but it was quite satisfying either way. Despite this hit to his pride, Erebus' arrogance led him to believe that he could corrupt Sanguinius to chaos, a feat considered to be more or less impossible, but Horus let him try anyway. Horus and Erebus baited Sanguinius to a demon world that had two greater demons on it. There was Kabanda, who was there to kill Sanguinius, and then there was Chris the Perverse, who was there to corrupt him. Erebus didn't know Kabanda would be there though, so when Sanguinius killed both of the demons and emerged intact and uncorrupted, Erebus looked like an idiot. His arrogance...
He killed both those demons. Holy shit. He just walked out, he's like, so was that supposed to stop me? He's like, hello? That's so badass.
reached such a height that he started raging at Horus for ruining his plan. Horus considered his complaint, and then he flayed the flesh from Erebus' face. If Erebus cried out or moved during said flaying, then Horus would have killed him on the spot. Suck shit, Erebus. After Lorgar tried to usurp Horus and copped a mace in the face for his efforts, the Wordbearers and Erebus took a bit of a back seat for the rest of the heresy, as no one liked them. But by then, Erebus had done his part. He had succeeded in the art of subtlety, but the galaxy was aflame with demons and war.
Yeah.
There was no subtlety anymore, hence his use had diminished. After Horus got clapped and the traitor legions fled to the Eye of Terror, Erebus followed them there, as he now competes with Corferon, another pedo dick, for control of the Wordbearers, as Lorgar is currently in deep meditation, aka hiding like a little bitch from Corvus. In recent lore, Erebus has re-emerged from the big old 13th Black Crusade and caused some problems, but he's definitely more of a mini-boss now, and I would even argue that it's nearly time to give him a gloriously painful and satisfying death. Erebus isn't a bad character, he's an evil character, but he's not jarring or poorly written. He's the guy you love to hate, so when people say fuck Erebus, they don't mean retcon him, they mean shove a hot iron rod up his ass and twirl it around till he prolapses. And that does us for today, guys, the lore and story of Erebus, the biggest dickhead in Warhammer 40k. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be.
No words about the last bit. No words. Nope, just no. Nope. I don't know about that last part. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I mean, I did. I think that was really awesome. I like how in 40k that you kind of get bits and pieces of each character, and each one is so different and unique, and they add so much context to the overall story and what makes 40k 40k. Yeah, that's what I've been learning more and more. Just not about like the big sluggers, like the Chaos Gods and whatnot, the Emperor or whatnot. I'm talking like, smaller guys, like what we just watched, for instance, like he was just a guy that kind of just started to rise up in the ranks and was able to create such a mess by himself. Like he caused so much chaos, like no pun intended, and without him, so many events wouldn't have occurred, So I like about 40k. It kind of makes the world building that much better, and each character has their own look to them, their own feel, their own backstory, their own uniqueness. You like them or hate them, they all have their own uniqueness that kind of separates them from others to make it, just seem more. I don't know. I can't say the word just better. It's not so black and white. And I really like that about the 40k. It's one thing I've enjoyed the most about it, is learning about each character and how they impacted the overall story and the universe in itself, and see which way it goes. Love that. But again, the original video will be in the description. You guys make sure you show him some love. He definitely deserves it. He did a fantastic job this video, and he deserves it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Twitch and Discord be in the description, and I will see you guys very soon. Take it easy.